Welcome back. So yes, for the fourth and final review, I'm wearing a team jersey this time. If it's 3 games or less, I generally just wear whatever. But anyways, the 6 games tonight, you'll notice I'm wearing Jets. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna start things off talking about Washington and Montreal. It was Kemper versus Allen. The shots are 2-0 for the Habs at 2.5 minutes. And at 3 minutes and 40 seconds, Washington gets the lead. It is Mantha from Jensen. Caulfield nearly answers. And then at 5:04, Jack-I does. He gets the goal from Roy and Armia. The shots are 8-6 for the Caps at 8.5 minutes. We then get a power play for Washington, and TJ Oshie gets the power play marker from Strome and Ovechkin at 10 minutes exactly. That is the 300th goal in the career of TJ Oshie. Caulfield has a shot that's held as the Habs press. Struble has a shot that's blocked. There's more pressure by Montreal. Get a power play for the Habs. That's killed off. Caps press with 4 minutes. Ferravari, who got hurt early in the period, they announced he won't return. So if you're a Caps fan, that has to be concerning. Habs press with 2.5 minutes left, but it remains 2-1 for Washington after one. Second period. McMichael can't bury one on a rush. Newhook is denied on a rush the other way. The shots are 2-1 for the Caps, 3.5 minutes in. Capitals press at 6 minutes. The Habs then get some pressure of their own at 7.5 minutes. Things get punchy in a hold by Jake Allen. Gallagher fires one wide. The Capitals rush. Shots are 8-5 for Washington with 5.5 minutes left. At 16:15, Newhook gets his first goal since returning from injury. Armia with the assist. That is buried on a rush. Then there's a near miss for Oshie on a net drive. It's 2-2 after 2. Third period. Struble has a rush that sets up a press. Jack-I has a shot that's blocked. It's cleared out. And then at 3:27, Milano tips one in from the doorstep. Pacioretty and Edmondson with the assist. It was a great assist by Pacioretty to set it up. So that makes it 3-2. The Habs look to answer. The Caps press. They're kept to the outside. Slavkovsky has a near miss. The Habs with some pressure. Shots are 4-2 for Montreal at 7 minutes. We get a power play for Montreal, and they score on it. Suzuki wires it from the left circle at 9:45. Slavkovsky and Matheson with the assists. And then at 11:57, Protas buries a rebound from Dowd and Mantha to give Washington the lead back. So it did not stay tied for that long. The goalie pull happens with 2:27 left. With 1:27 left, it becomes a 6-on-4 due to a penalty, but the Caps hang on. So Washington wins this one 4-3. They go to 24-21-8. On the Montreal side, they're 22-25-8. So the whole getting back to 500 might be done for them now. They have to win 3 in a row to get back to NHL 500. Shots on net favored Washington, 16-11 in the first, 9-7 in the second, and then favored Montreal in the third, 13-9. Final shots, 34-31 for Washington. The Caps scored on the only power play they had. Montreal 1 for 3 on theirs. The hits, 19-12 for Montreal. Kemper, 28 saves on 31 shots. Allen, 30 saves on 34 shots at the other end. So for Montreal, not a great result unless, of course, you want them to have better draft lottery standing, in which case their recent struggles kind of helps you out there. All right, next up, Toronto and Anaheim. It was Dostal versus Jones. Bertuzzi fires one wide from the slot. Bertuzzi's gone, 19 games, 20 games without a goal now? I think it's 19 after this one. I think it was 18 coming into this one. How does he not get a goal? Everybody got a goal tonight. So Bertuzzi fires one wide from the slot. The Ducks press at 2.5 minutes, but Toronto opens the scoring. It's Matthews from Nyes and Marner at 3:41. Toronto then gets a power play, and they score on it. It's McMahon. Bobby McMahon is suddenly an offensive player. Robertson and Lajoie with the assists at 6:06. The Leafs press at 9 minutes. Eventually they score again. McCabe scores from Nylander and Domi at 10:33. Gudas then picks a fight with Domi. The Ducks come out of that with a power play. They score on their power play as well. It's Vetrano from Strome and Silverberg at 11:32. With 3:35 left, the Leafs get a power play. Yep, they score on this one too. Nylander from Liljegren and Matthews at 17:37. So with 11 seconds left, the Leafs go back to the power play as Anaheim's known for taking too many penalties, and it really sunk them tonight. So to start the second period, Gibson's in net. I don't know what he did to make the coach angry, but he's in the net. And then at 50 seconds, Matthews welcomes him to the game by getting a power play goal. Marner and Nylander with the assist. He wires that one from the right circle. Leafs go back to the power play. They score on this one too. This time it is Bertuzzi. There you go. See, I wrote it down and I missed it. Bertuzzi did get one of the goals. Bad hockey guy. Bad hockey guy. All right, Matthews and Liljegren with the assists at 2:51. Ducks press at 5 minutes. It's been a long day. About, 10 and a half, almost 11 hours of watching hockey. It's a long day. So, understandable, I wouldn't necessarily remember all the goals that were scored. That's why you write it on the board, right? But Matthews would get the hat trick goal. He deflects it in. Nyes and McCabe with the assists at 5:39. That makes it a lot to 1 in favor of the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are in the midst of a laugher. Ducks press at 7.5 minutes. We get a power play for Anaheim. That's killed off. That was a rarity. Power plays being killed off tonight. Dislikes ramping up. That leads to some 4-on-4. Near miss for Jones as the Ducks press. And then at 17:58, Bobby McMahon with his second goal of the game. He scores that one from Liljegren and Domi. Isn't that like 5 goals in 2 games for McMahon? Not too shabby. So you celebrate that goal with punching. The Ducks come out of that with a power play. That becomes 4-on-4. So we go to the third period with the score 8-1 favor Toronto. And yes, the no mercy magnet was up there halfway through the second period. I was like, yeah, there's no way the Ducks are going to score enough to cover the no mercy. Ducks press at 1.5. The Leafs had the lone shot on net 4 minutes in. The Ducks score, goalie interference challenge, and yep, no goal. So that's how that works. Silverberg has a net feed picked off. The Leafs press at the half. Strome has a one-timer that's held, and then at 15:36, Strome roofs one. During some pressure by Anaheim, Lindstrom and Killorn with the assists. So Toronto has to answer, and they do. It's Robertson from McMahon at 17:54. So McMahon with a 3-point game. And Toronto wins 9-2. They go to 29-16-8 with the win. The Ducks 19-33-2. It's gotten bad for Anaheim. That win over Ottawa, it's forgotten. Shots on net 18-3 Toronto in the first. So Toronto had 4 goals in the first period. Anaheim had 3 shots. Second period, Anaheim outshoots them 10-9, and in the third, Toronto really took their foot off the gas. They easily could have run up the score further. The shots were 8-4 Anaheim in the third. Final shots were 31-21 for Toronto. Power plays, Anaheim 1 for 3, Toronto 4 for 5. Hits 50-39 for Anaheim. It was a very physical game. Dostal saves 14 out of 18. Gibson saves 8 out of 13 in relief. And Jones, 19 saves on 21 shots. Martin Jones with a win against Anaheim. All right, next one. Last one on this board is Philadelphia, New Jersey, and this is the outdoor game. Why do you bury the stadium game in the midst of an absolute cluster of a schedule that you have today? It's what they did. They buried the stadium game. It was a 5 o'clock my time start. So unless you're looking for Philadelphia, New Jersey, and I know it was carried nationwide in Canada on Sportsnet, but if you're watching all these other games, it would be easy to kind of forget and be like, oh, right, the outdoor game. Anyways, or you just say, you know what, I'd like to watch the outdoor game, but I'm a Leafs fan or I'm a Habs fan. It's weird. So it's Ersson versus Dawes in this one, and 32 seconds in, he sure buries one on a breakaway. Palat with the assist on that. Hathaway and Smith run friendly. That was a theme throughout the game. These teams do not like each other. Devils go to the power play. That's killed off. The Flyers press at 4.5 minutes. Power play for Philly. Does it suck? Yes, it becomes a 4-on-4 for a minute and 13 seconds. Everything's killed off there. Shots are 6-5 for New Jersey halfway through. Frost has a rush chance. That's defended. The black numbers on the red jerseys for New Jersey. Great. So I don't know how the announcers knew who was playing the puck. On my TV, which is high def, and I can see things really clearly, I had a hard time telling which numbers were which. But Toffoli would score from Smith and Jack Hughes at 13:30 to make it 2-0. With 41.8 seconds left, Lawton, guilty of a delay of game call, so New Jersey go back to the power play. Bratt has a one-timer that's blocked. Things are pushy at the horn, but it's 2-0 New Jersey after one. Second period, Flyers finish the kill. Tippett has a rush chance that's saved. The Flyers press at 3 minutes. The shots are 5-4 Philadelphia at 5.5 minutes. Sanheim has a screenshot that's held. He sure had a rush that's defended. The puck then goes the other way, and Owen Tippett wires one far corner, or top corner, I should say, from Konechny and Zamula at 7:43. He did that from the high slots. That makes it 2-1. Flyers then look for the tying goal. Things get punchy on a hold by Dawes. We end up with a 4-on-4. Everything gets killed off. And then Walker's denied as the Flyers press. There's a power play for the Philadelphia Flyers. Does it suck? Well, it becomes a 4-on-4. They pull themselves off the power play again. Everything gets killed off. With 6.5 minutes left, the shots are 21-6 for the Flyers. I believe they set a record for the most shots in the period in a stadium game. I want to say outdoor game, but I'm pretty sure it's stadium game. Anyways, power play for New Jersey. That's killed off. Post for Jesper Bratt. The Flyers clear. And then at 16:36, Brendan Smith buries a rebound. Palat and Heischer with the assists. And at 17:48, Bastian roofs one on his own entry. Meyer and Lazar with the assists. That makes it 4-1. With 2 minutes left, the Flyers get a power play. Does it suck? No. 23 seconds later, Tippett scores on the power play from Konechny and Frost. So it's 4-2 in favor of New Jersey after 2. Third period, there's an early press by the Devils. And during a good cycle, Hischier gets one from the slot. Bratt and Marino with the assists at 2:48. Good play by Marino to help set that up, too. Devils press at 5 minutes. The shots are 5-4 for New Jersey at 8 minutes. But at 9:07, Sealer puts one top corner past a screen. Dawes didn't see it. Lawton and Paling with the assists. So that makes it 5-3. Jack Hughes is denied on a rush. The Flyers would pull the goaltender, which allows New Jersey to hit the empty net. It's Bastian with his second of the game. Howla and Lazar with the assists at 18:15. New Jersey wins this one 6-3. They need it. So they pull within 2 points of a playoff spot, and almost as important, they get 2 points closer to Philadelphia. They go to 28-22-4 in the season. Philadelphia 29-20-7. They had a 5-game point streak. That snapped tonight. Shots on net, 13-9 New Jersey in the first, 25-14 in the second for Philadelphia, and then 13-14 in favor of New Jersey in the third. Final shots 46-40 in favor of the Philadelphia Flyers. Power plays 1 for 3 for Philly, 0 for 5 for New Jersey. The hits 31-18 for Philly. Ersson saved 34 out of 39. Dawes was very good again, 43 saves on 46 shots. I'm going to say it again. I think Dawes is a pretty good goaltender. I'd be comfortable going with him if I was New Jersey. That being said, I do need to change boards. Well, I won't be dealing, I don't think I'll be dealing with a lot of people that are angry Vancouver's not number one on the power rankings, but again, I've been surprised before. So it's Hellebuck versus Demko, and I think Hellebuck showed tonight, yes, he is absolutely the favorite for the Vezina. He's deserving of the Vezina. Good early back and forth. Morrissey has a shot that's blocked and cleared. Suitors tonight and close. The Canucks press at 5 minutes. The Jets then draw a power play. Things get pushy on a hold by Demko. Scheifele has a wrister that's caught and held. That power play's killed off. Morrissey's denied after that comes to an end. Jets had some momentum at the half. Connor has a shot that deflects high. And then the Canucks press with 8 minutes left. We get a power play for Vancouver. That's killed off. The Canucks press with 4 minutes left. And by the end of the period, they had outplayed Winnipeg. But it's scoreless because Hellebuck. And then at 19 seconds of the second period, Juleson buries a loose puck on a rush from Garland. That's Juleson's first goal in years. I think they said 2018 was the last time he had a goal. So it's been a while. Canucks press for another, but we get a power play for the Jets, and they score on it. It's Velarde from Scheifele and Pionk at 5:16 ties the game. We then had a crossbar for Myers. The Canucks press. Mikheyev's denied on a net drive. We had a fight between Lowry and DiGiuseppe. DiGiuseppe's given the instigator, and 9 seconds into that power play for Winnipeg, they score. It's Monahan with his first as a Jet. Velarde and Scheifele with the assists at 9:25. Canucks draw a power play. That's killed off. And then Myers, where did this come from? At 14:19, he goes beast mode and backhands a goal into the net. It was a nice play, and it's unassisted because he stole it. And yeah, he's had this all the whole time. He just won't unlock it. Anyways, it's 2-2 at that point. Demko gets bumped by Schmidt. I say that he kind of ran him. But either way, it draws a call. Besser has a one-timer that's held. It's killed off. The Canucks 0 for their last 18 with that one. It doesn't get better. I might be almost to the point where I can put Canucks draw power play. Sucks with the question mark, and then does it or does it not? We're close. But anyways, Pionk has a net feed near miss there. There's a crossbar for Appleton. 1:05 left. The Jets draw a power play, so the fans tell the referee he sucks. Things get punchy at the horn after Miller threw an elbow there that wasn't called. I was like, that's got to be called, right? No, they didn't call anything. Even though I saw the referee doing the roughing motion, I thought they were calling something. I didn't see anybody in the box. So anyways, to start the third period, still 2-2. The Canucks finish the kill. Lowry has a chance that's held. Good forechecking by the Jets. The shots are 3-0 Winnipeg at 3 minutes. They really wanted it. Hughes has a screenshot that's held. The Canucks draw a power play. That's killed off. And then at 7:47, Velarde scores from Connor and Scheifele. And the play on this that I noticed was that Juleson throws a big hit. The fans were excited. But because Juleson throws that big hit, he leaves his defense partner all by himself, and it allows Winnipeg to get the goal. So it's not necessarily just hits. It's the timing of the hits as well. And so that gave the Jets a little momentum. And on a 2-on-1 at 9:42, Scheifele scores from Connor. That makes it 4-2. Miller then fires one wide as the Canucks press. The goalie pull happens with 2:50 left. The Canucks had shots, but I never really felt like they were going to get back into this. Your final score is 4-2 for Winnipeg. They go to 33-14-5 with the win. Vancouver 37-13-6 with the loss. The shots on net 12-7 Vancouver in the first, 14-13 Vancouver in the second, 11-8 Vancouver in the third. Final shots 37-28 for the Jets. For the Canucks, I should say. Power plays, the Jets 2 for 4. The Canucks 0 for 4. Hits 37-22 for Vancouver. Hellebuck saved 35 out of 37. Demko saved 24 out of 28. All right, Columbus and San Jose. I would like to thank the Columbus Blue Jackets for not letting this game go to overtime. Is that because I wear the jersey for the preview? Because I totally hope that would be the case. I'm kidding. It's Merzlikins versus Kakkonen. Teams exchange early turnovers. A net feed to Chinakhov gets blocked. Jackets press are kept to the outside, and then on their second shot, on a pretty good rush play by Duclair, he scores at 3:38. So unassisted and all that, it's 1-0 San Jose. Columbus draws a power play. That then becomes a minute and 11 seconds of 4-on-4. Gaudreau has a post on a second straight breakaway. He had 2 breakaways on the same shift. Couldn't hit the net. Missed, and then he hit the post on the second chance. Everything gets killed off. Eklund's denied after it's done. Chinakhov then has a rush chance, that saved. Shots are 10-5 for the Sharks with 9.5 minutes left. Marchenko has a blast that's kicked aside, and then Werenski. Werenski scores from Gaudreau at 15-16 at Sur screen from the slot, and then at 16-24, Marchenko puts Columbus ahead. He scores from Chinakhov and Goodbranson. With 2:51 left, Columbus gets a power play. That's killed off. There's a press by Columbus after it ends, and they had to feel pretty good. By the end of that period, they were outshooting San Jose by a 2-1 margin. Sharks went from 10 shots to 8 shots by the end of the period, because that's how the shots work now. But yeah, 2-1 Columbus after 1. Second period. Jackets score, but since it's Johnny Gaudreau, that can't count, so offside challenge pulls that off the board. He's been stuck on 7 goals for a while. Toe save on Ferraro as the Sharks press. The Jackets get pinned down. The Sharks even get a change in while they're pressuring. Shots are 5-3 San Jose at 3 minutes. We get a power play for San Jose. That's killed off. Oddly enough, no shots on the San Jose power play. Jackets press at 6.5 minutes, and eventually they score. Voronkov buries a rebound. Chinakhov and Goodbranson with the assists at 7:13. But the 2-goal lead doesn't last. Duclair buries one on a rush. Zetterlund and Addison with the assists at 7:32. So that was 29 seconds, or 19 seconds later. Fans call one, the referee doesn't. The Sharks press at 9 minutes. Carpenter has a one-timer that's caught and held. We get a power play for San Jose, and they score on it. It is Zetterlund from Addison and Granlund at 15:29. He buries it on a nice cross-ice pass. Columbus presses with 3 minutes left. Eklund fires one high from the slot, but yeah, it's 3-3 after 2. Third period, there's a pad save on Sillinger. We get a power play for Columbus. Severson has a shot that's blocked. San Jose kills that off. 2 shots on the power play for Columbus. Shots are 3 apiece at 6 minutes. The Sharks press at 9 minutes. Jenner has a slot shot that's held as Columbus pressures. More pressure by Columbus with 8.5 minutes left. The shots are 9-4 Columbus with 8 minutes left. We get a power play for the Sharks. That's killed off. Cunning's then denied. Columbus clears. And at 19:47, Jenner gives Columbus the game winner. He scores from Gaudreau and Provorov. Provorov, I should say. He backhands it in on a rush. And so Johnny Gaudreau didn't get a goal tonight, but he had 3 helpers. So there you go. Your final score is 4-3 for Columbus. They go to 17-26-10 on the season. San Jose 15-34-5 with the regulation loss. Shots on net, 16-8 Columbus in the first, 14-12 San Jose in the second, 13-11 Columbus in the third. Final shots 41-33 for the Blue Jackets. Power plays 0 for 3 for Columbus, 1 for 4 for San Jose. Hits 22-15 San Jose. Merzlikins saves 30 out of 33. Kakkonen saves 37 out of 41. All right, and the last game of the day I'm going to review, Carolina and Vegas. Martin versus Hill. Now, Spencer Martin seems to have this thing he does. He did it in Vancouver. He did it in Columbus. Now he's doing it in Carolina. He can have a good stretch of games. As long as you don't overplay him, you're in good shape. So, again, Martin versus Hill, early chances for Vegas. They get some pressure. Natchez then has a rush chance that's defended. Pesce has a screenshot that's held. The Canes press at 4 minutes. The shots are 5-3 for Carolina at 7.5 minutes. They played such a good road game, but Vegas scores first. Marchessault buries one after a 2-on-1 rush. Roy and Barbashev with the assists at 10:15, so it's 1-0 Vegas. Teams exchange rushes. The Canes press with 5.5 minutes left. We get a power play for Vegas. That's killed off. It remains 1-0 for the Golden Knights after 1. Second period, Stahl has a slot shot that's saved, and then Svechnikov backhands one in on a rush. He gets the goal from Pesce and Jarvis at 1:21. Vegas looks to respond. Barbashev-Terroir, there's a near miss there. Shots are 7-4 for the Canes at 9 minutes. I was impressed at how often the Canes were out shooting or just out chancing and outplaying Vegas in this game. Pressed by Carolina at the half. Marchessault-Roy, near miss there. Ron Bjerg fires one wide on a rush. Pesce has a blast that's held as the Canes press. Nason has a net drive. That saved. 10.2 seconds left, an ozone penalty for Svechnikov. He does take a lot of penalties. I did hear, I think it was Tripp that said he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. Nope, he doesn't, and he's got to keep his nose clean. Great period for the Canes. They do have the one goal. Obviously, they're shorthanded going into the third, but yeah, it's a tie game. 19 seconds into the third, Carolina gets the lead, shorthanded. Jarvis puts one 5-hole on a rush. Stahl and Shea with the assists. The Canes finish the kill. No shots for Vegas on that power play. Roy's denied after. Rebounds cleared. Natchez has a wraparound that's blocked. And then at 6:19, Nason bats one out of the air. Now, he may have had that above the crossbar when he did it, but he then hit the puck on the ice after. So, in that way, it's not a good idea to challenge it. I don't think that would have come back. But yeah, Nason from Kotkaniemi and Natchez at 6:19. Makes it 3-1. The fans did boo, and I think that's because they wanted Vegas to challenge. But I think Bruce Cassidy thought the same as the rest of us. Odds of that coming back, not great. Chatfield gets shaken up on a hit from Barbashev. I'm pretty sure he stayed in the game, though. Shots are 5-4 for the Canes at 8 minutes, I should say. They press at 8.5 minutes. So this is part of what impressed me tonight. Carolina controlling the game in the third in Las Vegas. Cotter has a rush chance that's saved. The Canes press with 8 minutes left. Barbashev misses one high. The next chance for Barbashev is held. Strong forechecking by the Canes. It took a while for them to get the goaltender out. Vegas with the icing with 3:02 left. Orlov then has a shot that's held. They would get the goalie out, but they don't really threaten to get that game tied up because they're down by 2. They needed 2. They don't even get the 1. Carolina wins this one 3-1. They go to 32-17-5. For Vegas, 31-17-6. Pretty impressive 24 hours for Carolina. Going into Arizona and winning is one thing, but then the next night going into Vegas and winning, that's impressive. Shots on net, 13-8 Vegas in the first, 12-7 Carolina in the second, then 10-8 Vegas in the third. They do outshoot Carolina 30-28 power plays. Carolina didn't have any. Vegas goes 0 for 2. The hits 30-20 for Vegas. Spencer Martin, great game for him. 29 saves on 30 shots. Like I said, just don't overplay him. He'll be fine. Hill, 25 saves on 28 shots at the other end. So there you go. You guys are all caught up. Let me know your thoughts about these games in the comment section below, as always. If you're looking for the other games, there's a video on the channel. I've got all the other games up there. Now I need to do power rankings and then just go have a nice little lay down. Yeah, so let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. One of the longest days of the year is done for me. But yeah, so it was a challenge, but I got her done. Thanks for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.